So this video is on systematic desensitization, which is one of your treatments for phobias that you need to be able to describe and evaluate. Systematic desensitization is a behavioural therapy which works on the principles of classical conditioning. So classical conditioning as an explanation for phobias is an entirely separate video. Please make sure that you've watched that first. Systematic desensitization was developed by a guy called Joseph Wolf, and he developed the technique in order to be able to treat phobias, in order to be able to improve people's quality of life. Now, the technique is based on the basis that if you've learned something, so if the phobia has been conditioned, then it can be unlearned by removing the condition or replacing the original conditioning. There is loads of research that systematic desensitization is effective, some of which is Capafons, which is actually your contemporary study for the learning approach anyway. Now, again, as I've just said, the aim of systematic desensitization is to unlearn conditioned responses that have been learnt, such as a phobia. Now, systematic desensitization depends on the idea that we cannot be relaxed and afraid at the same time. So the idea is that it's trying to remove the original conditioned response of fear and replace it with a conditioned response of relaxation. By working up an anxiety hierarchy, then we can create that, because you can't be afraid and relaxed at the same time. So it's literally a replacement. You are replacing fear with relaxation. Patients learn the desensitization because they remain relaxed in the presence of whatever it is that they fear. Now, in order to achieve that relaxation initially and then working out through on, you can do hypnosis, meditation, or drugs like Valium in order to be able to induce the state of relaxation. You then very, very slowly expose the patient to whatever it is that they fear through an anxiety hierarchy, which has been agreed and worked out with the patient at the very beginning. It usually starts with the patient imagining themselves in a progression of a fearful situation and then using the relaxation strategies to compete with the anxiety. So you might give them a situation of a dose of Valium, ask them to imagine a spider if that's what they're afraid of, and at this point we call that in vivo systematic desensitization. Once they can successfully manage that anxiety while just imagining the spider, they then move up the anxiety hierarchy and start to involve situations that will include real life. So you might then have a spider in a full cage, but maybe where the cage is made of glass at the other side of a room to you, and you don't have to go anywhere near it, you just have to be in the same room as it. The goal of all of this process is to be able to become gradually desensitized to the triggers that are causing the distress. So to be able to be in a room with a spider, or for a spider to be near or on you, and for you to be totally okay about it. Now, before being exposed to the feared objects, the patient must first make sure that they are totally okay at relaxing, because this is a patient-led therapy, so the patient has to be able to remain calm. So as we talked about a minute ago, you may use drugs to use this initially, but the patient itself needs to learn things like deep breathing, muscle relaxation, how to visualize themselves as somewhere else so that they become calmer. Systematic desensitization has been more developed in recent years, so rather than actually presenting the feared stimuli, they may imagine the presence of it. They also use technology now, so when treating fear of flying, they might use simulators in order to be able to try and recreate a certain situation rather than before they just go straight into the real life situation. It's particularly useful for treating psychological problems such as anxiety, phobias, shyness. It's been used quite a lot in fear of flying. You're going to look at that a little bit more in terms of your contemporary, your key issue, linked to your contemporary study of Capafons and why that's important for society today. Now, this is probably the most important slide in terms of being able to understand systematic desensitization and break it down. So we've talked about step 1 and how they relax themselves and their muscles completely. We've touched on step 2, so they'll imagine scenes, not sciences. I get that's a spelling mistake, but scenes which cause anxiety. We'll then go on to a situation where they've relaxed in that scenario, and then they move on to the next one, and eventually they'll have mastered their feared situation. Where the final stage is the person is perfectly happy because they've replaced the response of fear with the response of relaxation. So the phobia is gone, it's eliminated. They're perfectly happy being in a room with a spider, being near a spider, because actually the spider now elicits the response of relaxation and not fear. Simple.